Good morning.
Good morning. This is Meditation Reflections. Welcome. Yeah, it's a gray day, a little bit of wind, but I think it's going to be fine.
Yes, and a kind of exciting day. We're putting the floor in the big barn where the foundry is.
Yeah, we're having a big truck come out to pour concrete.
We're in concrete today. Kind of exciting.
Yeah.
Anyway, but lots going on. A very good message from Spirit this morning.
Yeah, a little bit chaotic, but even though can be, I want another word besides chaotic.
Disorganized.
Yeah, thoughts racing around. And one of the images I got this morning was to actually remind me that my thoughts were racing. I saw the color purple and trying to go into that, and I saw a purple car, which turned into a dragster. And then I'm thinking, oh yeah, my thoughts are racing around. So that's one of the main purposes of learning meditation, is to take control of your own mind. And when we can control our own mind, we control our own lives. So we are the creators of our life. So don't lose that insight within yourself to remember that we are creating our own lives.
True. I got a kind of paralleling message, which was at least, I think, a little funnier. It was about a little kid who was riding a bicycle, but just now learning to ride a bicycle. So it was the beginning. And so a certain amount of nervousness with all this newness. And it was, any change is difficult, and change can be very, very hard. And sometimes change is scary and can look really bad. So here's the little kid confronting a mud puddle. Now the mud puddle clearly has mud on the edge. It's silty. A little kid doesn't know how deep the mud puddle is by looking at it. That's not an experience they have. And he's trying to make up his mind to ride through the mud puddle or not. But mud's slippery, could be dangerous. Mm-hmm. But he finally gets at the courage and he rides through the mud puddle. And the tires have a lot of traction. They bite down all the way to the concrete and they spray out mud in back. So this dangerous situation turns out to be something that really wasn't that bad, and the mud and the dirt is scattered out in back of him. And of course he's got to make the water splash, and that's kind of fun. So now all the kids go looking for the mud puddles to ride through because they know they can make the strong splash and they're not going to fall over or anything bad. So it was a metaphor about things looking like they might be really bad, but it's just some mud and it'll splash out the back. A surface thing. And that it's going to turn out to be a really good, fun experience, and we'll look for mud puddles that we can splash through and kind of clean up, which will be okay.
Yeah.
So, nice metaphor for Spirit.
Yeah, that's what we're doing now. All the atrocities of the planet are now coming to light. They're being exposed, and we're seeing them for what they are. We can see what's happening on the planet, and we just kind of stand up and say, no more. That's enough.
We have mud puddles to clean up.
Yeah, quite a few.
Fortunately, dry weather usually does that, and nature itself takes care of drying up the mud puddles as well.
So, yeah, and the veil is lifting, so it's hard to hide anything anymore. Mm-hmm.
But they can still look scary when it starts.
Yeah.
Scary and messy and like too hard. But riding through them is the point. And you don't think of them as serious anymore.
They're trying to, when I say they, I mean the people supposedly that appear to be in power. Many of them are trying to impose rules to keep us under control. And some of those rules are obviously ridiculous. And people all over the planet are standing up and saying, we've had enough.
One of the phrase that came to mind to me was the medieval word for fairies or gnomes, that they could put on a glamour and look like a human being. And a glamour is used for power, which is creating a situation or an illusion of power, which isn't really there.
Yep.
So to put on a glamour is to create an illusion, sometimes for kind purposes, but sometimes just for the purposes of appearing more powerful than you really are. But it is inherently an illusion.
Yeah.
That's even where the word comes from.
So
So enjoy those mud puddles. You can
Yep.
splash right through them.
take control of your mind.
True. And don't be taken in by the illusionary power or glamour of individuals that might not be real power anyway.
Use your discernment on that.
Discernment always.
Yeah, your gut and your heart feelings.
Even talking about this lightens everything, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. So keep in mind to lighten it in your thoughts. It's not as heavy as other people might like you to worry about it. I mean, that keeps you busy.
Stay happy and healthy, and we'll see you next time.
Blessings upon you.
Blessings.